Hey, welcome back everybody. So last time we did some work on the neck and everything. Got some of the gold leaf and everything like that in there. But we ran into a little bit of an issue. The epoxy that I decided to use wasn't setting. It was just goopy and wouldn't dry. So sadly I had to go ahead and take out all that work. So we got to redo that. But I think I'm going to use something a little bit different, something that's going to set a lot faster and work a little bit better. At least I hope. But we also have on the back here our mounting holes to the guitar body. And the guitar body has some mounting holes and everything like that going through it. And we got a couple other holes that we put in there for the output jack and for the tone and volume knobs. So those are all ready to go as well. But, oh, and we also got the string nut cut and sanded to 3000 grit. So she's nice, shiny, soft, and everything like that. And if you guys want to try to guess what kind of material we're using for that, we'll show you again. Here's the string nut cutout. That we're going to use. And it comes from this bigger piece that we got here. And if anybody wants to guess in the comments and let me know what you think that this material is, then that'd be great. And I will let you know if you're correct or not. So right now I have the guitar body prepped for our epoxy flood coat, which is going to seal everything in and give us a base to start doing our polishing and everything like that. We have to do it over the course of a couple days. So we're going to start it out today and get the top part of the body coated and everything like that. So we're using this Stone Coat Countertops Woodshop Epoxy Flood Coat. Mix it in a 1-to-1 ratio, so that should be easy enough to do. And we'll get going from there. Alright guys, let's head on over after everything's mixed up and get that poured on there and see how this thing pops. Alright, be right back. Okay everybody, so we got our epoxy flood coat mixed up here. All nice. Seems a little thick, but it's definitely thinned down a little bit after mixing her up. So we'll go ahead and give her a little bit of a pour on top and spread her out with our trowel here. Probably end up using this side since it's a smaller piece. But let's give her a go. And as you can see, I also have some plastic down on top of my table. That way we're not dripping all over the table and everything. So let's get her nice and spread out here. And once we get to the edges, we'll have to use our hands a little bit. Pour a little bit more on here. And you can see I put some tape down over top of some of the key areas so that we're not dripping anything down into our neck pocket and into our pickup pocket and everything like that, and having to sand that out or anything. Okay. Let's spread that out along the edges. That way, once the epoxy, because like the epoxy won't just go to the edges by itself, it's gotta be a little forced. That way, it drips over it and coats everything we want to coat. Now I did hit this with a 220 grit sandpaper just to break it up a little bit. There we go. Or just to give that edge or the face and everything like that a little bit more so that the epoxy has something to hold on to. And doing this will help and get everything all nice and standing out. And then once this dries, then we'll have to go over it from the back side with a grinding disc and get it get some of the drips out of there. And then we'll have to do the same thing back on this side once we get the other side epoxied up. Now you can see that it's definitely popping that color out nicely. There we go. Now that's all of our sides, our top. Nice and epoxied over. Now you know what you're thinking. Hey, you're epoxying over the Tyvek tape and everything too. Well, we'll get that out of there. Don't you worry. That'll come right out. It'll peel right up out of there. There. So now it'll self-level and everything. And let's hit it with the blowtorch just to get some of those bubbles out. And we don't want that sticking down inside there like that. So let's get that moved out of the way a little bit. So there were some little void bits and everything inside of there. There were some small holes and everything inside of this area and in this area and everything. So doing this also will fill those voids a little bit and get that ready to go. Now you can see, let's get this camera so you can see some of those holes popping up, or some of those bubbles popping up. So you can see here, you can see some of the bubbles forming and everything along the edges. So that's just some air leaking out. And we should be able, again, to hit that with a torch a couple times and get that nice and squared away. So we did have a small crack happen here while we were drilling one of our holes for the tone and volume knobs, and this will also help fix that and get that back intact. So we should be good there. And with that epoxy over top of it, those edges look so much better. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on this for a little bit over the next couple hours, popping any bubbles that we see pop in there or come in, and then we'll be back probably tomorrow or something at some point, and flip her over, sand out some of the drippage, and do the other side. All right, guys. We will be back here after a little bit and keep her going. All right, be back in a minute. All right, everybody. So we got our flood coat on our one side of our guitar and everything. Just letting that sit up and everything, so then we can go ahead and flip her and do the same thing on the other side and get it nice and flat, shiny, and all that fun nonsense. During the little interim there, I did go ahead and remove and place in some new gold flake into our neck, and I then put some new epoxy in there, but I'm not using, wait 10 days epoxy, or have the issue that we were having before where it just wouldn't set. So, where'd it go? We're just using some 5-minute epoxy. So hopefully within the next hour, that will be workable and we can continue on with getting everything set there on the neck. But while we're waiting on the neck and we're waiting on the body and everything like that to tack up, dry up, do what it needs to do, we're going to go ahead and cut out a piece for the lid for our electronics pocket. And yes, we're using a piece of acrylic, but of course it's not going to be brown acrylic. The back is black, but the front is something a little bit more fun. The front of this acrylic that whenever Josh is playing is going to be facing him, or whenever you flip it around it'll be able to be seen, is checkerboard. So we're going to do a checkerboard lid for our electronics pocket. So as you can see, I have the bandsaw set back up and I have our lid traced out. So I'm going to make small cuts, or a couple cuts around that, and get that going. And then what we'll do to get her to fit correctly is we'll take our lid template and put her right on top of there, like so, and then take the router and hit the edges with the router so that everything is nice and lined up and ready to go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use magnets in our lid and in our lid relief pocket and everything, so that instead of putting screws through it and taking them out, putting them back in, taking them out, putting them back in, and possibly compromising the hold on that, we're going to use magnets so you can just pop that lid right off, put it back on, and it stays there. Now I do have quite a few of these rare earth magnets. They're about 1/8 of an inch thick and about 1/4 inch round. So those will go in our little pocket areas, or areas where our holes are here on our lid. Probably can't see it. You can see the holes in our lid. So that's where those magnets are going to end up going in our cutout. And we should have enough depth, as long as we're really careful about drilling those holes to sit our magnets inside of our acrylic piece. So let's get you shifted over and taking a look at the bandsaw, and we will get our lid cut out.
I can be found where the music never gets you down. When the winds push me off my path, the leaves will always guide me back. Rustling and twisting round, let's go skate and hit the town. Careful, please don't lose me now. I'm flying high above the clouds. The sky becomes so crystal clear. That's when you start to appear. Yeah, yeah, that's what I feel right now. Some things don't. When I think I'm at the end of my rope, you were always beside me every step of the way. Tides are rising, they will fall. Raging waves push against me now. I'm drowning in a sea of doubt. I can barely keep myself afloat. You then can pull me on the boat. The seas become so crystal clear, knowing you're already here. Yeah, yeah, that's what I need right now. Till the end of the earth and sea, and anywhere in your wildest dreams. step outside and close my eyes and listen to the breeze through the backyard trees. Yeah, puts me at ease. I'm feeling alright. Are you feeling alright? Staying up all night. Things don't come with ease. I step outside and close my eyes and listen to the breeze through the backyard trees. Yeah, puts me at ease. I'm feeling alright. Are you feeling alright? Till the morning light.
Okay, so we got our lid piece cut out to shape and everything, and we broke the edges a little bit with 120 grit sandpaper just to get rid of some of the little fuzzies that were left around the edges and to clean it up a little bit. There's some stuff that I have caked in there, but a little bit of roughen up, or not roughen up, but a little bit of wipe down. We'll get that out. But now we have places for our 3 magnets. Now I know you could probably see through them or see through those holes. That's fine. It's still going to be just fine with the magnet in there. There's not going to be any issues. But our magnets are some rare earth magnets. We're using 1/4 inch diameter and a 1/16 of an inch in height. And we're going to stick them in there with some clear Gorilla Glue. And we don't need a whole lot of it, just enough to get it stuck in there. And then we should be okay. We might have to hit it with a mallet a little bit, but we'll see. And let's spread that around a little bit. Smush that magnet in there. Give her a little tap with the hammer. And she is nice and flush. So, making sure I got all the magnets facing the right way. So now we go hole number 2. Ooh, that's a little much on the glue there. And we'll glue up hole number 3 as well. Now I'm just using this little metal piece here just to get that glue all around the edges. Make sure we're, yep, still the right direction. And that one goes in there. This one goes in there. A little bit of hammer. Get those nice and flush. And there we are. Our 3 magnets. In on our lid. Now we still will have to drill the magnet holes on the guitar body itself, but now with this and with our template and everything, we should be able to sit this template down inside of there and figure out, sit our template down inside, and then get our holes. Looks like I might be just slightly off of our template. Yeah, one of them is a little off, but we can adjust. We can adjust. It's fine. We'll make it work. We can make it work. Okay. So we got that piece ready to go. So let's peel the sticky off the back of it. And see what we got going. And it's a beautiful black, I'm not gonna lie about that. And it looks freaking awesome. Yeah, just a little bit of a wipe down, some isopropyl or some distilled water or something like that, and get that, some of those smudge marks out of there. But that's gonna look great. So now with that going, we got our lid cover cut out and our magnets in place for it. It just needs wiped down a little bit to clean it up, and we should be good there. And then we got to wait for our epoxy on our guitar body to set up and dry to the point where we can flip it and get the other side epoxied with our flood coat and ready to go there. And then we also got to get that should be good to go. So 5-minute epoxy for the win. I'll give it till tomorrow to make sure that it's set and we're not screwing anything up, but she feels set. Yep. She feels set on the neck, but I'm going to let the 5-minute epoxy go and do its thing overnight. So then that way I know for a fact that I'm not screwing something up. And then we'll sand the sides of the neck, sand the front down nicely, sand the back. And I don't really need to sand the back because we gotta still make our, I started doing it here just as a test, but our radius of the neck, the D shape for the neck, because right now it's still just a block, but we want to get that D-shaped radius ready to go. And we also got our mounting holes for the neck to the body. I got a radius, the fretboard, we got to put frets in. We got to finish cutting in, like we have a channel for our string nut, but we got to, I think we got to deepen that a little bit. I gotta, oh, this one's a little overkill size-wise, but what do we got here? We got about 1/8 of an inch. Yeah, we got about 1/8 of an inch there, but after radiusing and everything like that, we're gonna have to recut that so it's flat for our string nut. And then we got to get that nut cut 4 strings, which I don't have the correct files for, so I might have to take that up to the guitar shop here in Pittsburgh. It is literally called The Guitar Shop on Brownsville Road in Brentwood. So we'll get that up to them so that they can cut in the string guides, the string areas for or on the nut. I still got to drill holes for mounting pegs or our string pegs as well. So we do have some work to still do, but it's not crazy amounts of it, right? It's kind of a lot of the easy stuff at this point. And we'll see how it goes. Then I believe Josh has on order all of the electronics that he wants for everything. So once that comes in as well, we'll get all that mounted and ready to go. And hopefully within the next month or so, month and a half maybe, we'll have a working guitar. I'm sure hoping we have a working guitar in about a month. Maybe a little less, maybe a little more, somewhere around a month. Okay, well, thanks for watching, everybody. Definitely appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying some of the music that's going on in here as well. It's for the band that Josh and I are actually in. So Josh is playing the guitar for the Biscuits, and we do have a show coming up here April 11th at a bar called Whoville on Brownsville Road in Carrick, if you guys want to stop up and join. Would love to see you, would love to hear from you, and hopefully you can enjoy some good music. But for now, we're going to call it a night. It's getting pretty late. Need to get a shower and everything and get ready for Easter. All right, guys. Thanks for joining. Definitely appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, do the things, hit the buttons and everything like that. And we'll see you next time. Take care.